Right, good. It's live on my YouTube now. Perfect. How do I get back to the Zoom? Here we are. What's going on, everybody? How's the quarantine? Good to see everyone here. I appreciate everyone joining us. We got my mom here. What's up, mama? Yes, amazing, amazing. I love how many people are joining here. Oh man. So we're gonna give a few seconds. Oh, my headphones weren't even plugged in. I'm talking to the computer. There we go. Could everyone hear me okay? Dopeness. Got Master O.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? How you doing, brother?
I'm well, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, good to have you here. Good to have everyone here. I'm a little bit high on energy supplements. I was literally wondering, I'm like, why do I have so much energy running through my body? And I'm like, oh, it must be the energy of the planet. And then I remembered I took one of those Vega energy supplement things. And so I feel like I had like 5 cups of coffee. So if I'm a little bit, don't mind me. So as promised, we're going to start in exactly 1 minute. We're going to give people a chance to tune in. And in the meantime, give me 1 second here. Perfect.
Hi, everyone.
What about Trajan?
Well, long time no see, huh?
I know, it's been a good minute. For those of you who don't know, I just did a similar kind of global world peace meditation with El Trajan over here, and she's actually the one who inspired me to do my own. So thank you, El Trajan, and for doing this for the planet.
It's great having fun with you all.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm happy my mom's here. Thanks for joining, Mama. How's everyone's quarantine vibes going? Yeah? So it's now officially 4:44 on the 4th. So let us get into all this. As I said, you know, my inspiration for doing this came from El Trajan's beautiful world peace meditation. And I just felt inspired to do the same, you know, because as many of you might know, there's a great power in doing mass meditation. You know, there's been tons of studies done on what happens when a collective of people get together and intentionally meditate for the betterment of the planet, for peace, for harmony and joy. We've seen studies that show lower crime rates, lower violence. And so we're going to be doing our own version of this to bring some light, some joy, some harmony to the people of the planet. Because as you know, during these times, you know, there are those of us who are feeling extremely lit and alive and excited because we can see the higher purpose of things and we could see why certain things are happening. And so we have that excitement for the possibilities and opportunities to come. And then there are those who don't see things the same way, you know, who are living in more chaos, who are living in more stress, who are living in more fear. And so I felt it important that we all got together here and just shined our light collectively so that as we do this energetically and with intention, people begin to pick up on us on an unconscious level. And so we start to drop into their own intuitions, acting as the inspirations that goes into their own minds so that they can also find more of their path through this pandemic, as we call it. I'll speak, you know, I've shared this message a good few times, but, you know, I'll assume that you're completely new here and that maybe you haven't heard myself or other people talk on this. But through channeling Thoth and working with Thoth, he shared some very unique messages about the purpose of everything that's actually happening here. And in one word, the purpose of everything is unity. to bring more unity to the planet, you know, where as much as we have our own consciousness, the coronavirus itself is a consciousness as well. And just like us, it's just trying to live. And so if you were to tune into the consciousness of the coronavirus, you might see that it's actually here to help us shift our way of being, to live in lighter ways and more harmonious ways, because ultimately the purpose is unity. And that unity can be seen as learning to become more united and in harmony with life force energy in and of itself. Because so many people are working against life or feel like life is against them. They don't understand that it's possible to have life serve you, to let energy serve you, and have life literally give you everything that you need without you having to force or effort so much for it. We literally can just let ourselves receive the magic of life. And so a big part of why this is all happening from one perspective is to make us more harmonious and united with life, the physical and the non-physical, us and life working in harmony together so that we can move towards a more enlightened society, as you might call it, you know, and just to point to some of the benefits that we've been seeing so far amidst all the chaos, you may have noticed that so many people have stepped up and have been creating more generosity-based systems, right? So there's one upgrade that we have happening in the planet. So many people are creating more generosity-based systems. On the second, number two is we have so much more togetherness. You know, even though we're all quarantined in our house and we might physically be separate, we've been creating way more online events, more things like this. And so we're actually experiencing way more togetherness than we probably ever have in a really long time. And thirdly, you'll probably notice how more people are shifting into a more inspired way of living, you know, less through the doing and more through the being, noticing that, you know, it's now we have all the space and time in the world to focus on our dreams, to focus on our inspirations, to focus on what really drives us now that we can't do certain things that maybe you were used to doing. So depending on what perspective you look at things from, there's a lot of positivity coming from this. And from my personal perspective, this is leading us towards a more ascended, enlightened society. And so, the purpose of the meditation that I want to lead everyone through is really to create a point of harmony and to use our intention to shine more joy and light and love onto the planet so that other people can begin to pick up on it and find their way to the light. You know, for us to just be guiding lights for those who might be looking for it. You know, there's a powerful principle that I often share in my retreats and my workshops, which is the principle for real magic, for white magic, which uses the acronym I AM. And I AM stands for intention plus action equals magic or manifestation. So by us gathering together like this and putting forth the intention of greater peace, joy, and harmony for the planet, and using the action of meditation, we create that manifestation, we create that magic of what we're looking to see more of in our lives. So thank you for everyone for being here. And yeah, let's get into it. So actually, before I jump into the meditation, is there anyone here, because we got a lot of light leaders in the room, is there anyone here who feels called to share something or to speak on behalf of what's going on or something they feel is important to say? I invite you to just be bold and speak up and let your light shine. Yep, you can unmute yourself, Eltrayan. Go ahead.
I am unmuted.
Okay, cool.
I was watching in the meditation we had earlier how through opening our hearts, we can open new gates and we can melt away rigidity or structures that were here for eons. So in that heart opening, there's the power of change that has been prone on us for quite a while now. at least since 2012. We have been nagged at to change, to change, to change. And we thought it's going to be done through force, but actually it's going to be done through heart. So the only thing that matters now is love. I believe only in love. And there's this song of the called The Infinite Universe, of the beautiful chorus, which says this, and I'm going to just quote their verse because there's nothing else to add, is that I believe only in love, and without love, nothing else really matters. And even if everything would divert to the ground, we will live forever in this infinite universe of love.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. You know, I was watching, are you guys familiar with Bruce Lipton? Who's familiar with Bruce Lipton? So I'm pretty new to Bruce Lipton's work, but I stumbled across a video of his, Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he said something that I thought was really fascinating from a scientific perspective. He was talking about how each and every one of us pretty much has every single virus inside of us already, including the coronavirus. And the thing is, the thing that activates those viruses inside of us is literally fear. Because when we go into states of fear, we're no longer, our cells are no longer being used to generate stronger immune system and antibodies to work against those viruses. And so what he was saying was that it's not so much about protecting us against, protecting ourselves from the virus as it is learning how to go into greater states of harmony inside ourselves. Because as we step into greater states of joy and love, that literally creates the antibodies and boosts our immune system so that we can be healthy and not be affected by certain things going on in the world. So I thought that was just really powerful, because ultimately what he was saying, and this is something that my brother Oren shared as well, was that it's not necessarily the corona that's the virus. Fear is the virus, and love is the cure. That's a
Yeah.
quote from Master O. Fear is the virus, and love is the cure.
I worked for many years now with a Taoist teacher called Mantak Chia, and his teaching about how to strengthen our auric field and our chi field to be able to thrive in the world generally, not just in time of disease. And what he was sharing recently when the virus started, so I followed this since January, since I came back from Thailand, and it's been 6 countries that I've been through since then. And I'm alive and kicking, so the only virus is indeed fear. But what he was sharing is that David laughs at me. What he was sharing is that the best way to create a field that protects from any bacteria is to surround yourself in a field of love. And he even gives a color to this field of love. He says, when you make your aura all pink, you know, you put a layer of pink, bright pink like this around your auric field, that is not to be permeated by anything that could harm your system. And it's the easiest thing to do, actually. Open our hearts and be in love.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. All right, so now my energy is starting to settle down from all this energy supplement. What I'd love to invite everyone to do as we get ready to go into this meditation is to just take a moment with eyes open or closed to set your intentions on the inside to prepare for this meditation, to bring yourself into the state required for yourself to really be able to approach this wholeheartedly and fully from a space of your deepest light and greatest shine. So just taking a moment, maybe 10 seconds, and just allow yourself to set that intention to guide yourself into the state that will allow you to be of greatest service with your shine, so that we can be here for the planet with our light and with our heart of hearts. Perhaps saying a prayer such as, "Dear God, I'm here for the planet. I'm here to show up in this time in whatever way you most need me. Please work through me in whatever way you know is best, as I know that your light is the only shine that I need. Please help us, guide us to shine and light ourselves up in whatever way is most effective for the people of the planet and the universe at this time. We are here to be of service. We are here to shine. And we are here to lead people towards greater love. Thank you for using me as a vessel. Amen." All right. So if your mic's not already muted, you're going to want to go ahead and just mute your mic so that we have as little noise interference as possible. All right, everyone, let's go on a ride. This is going to last about 10-15 minutes. And all I ask is that we really pour our hearts into this and have as much fun as we possibly can while doing so. Because that fun energy is a way lighter energy than serious energy. And that's what the planet needs right now. So to pour our hearts into it, to pour our fun into it, to pour our joy into it, and to allow us to have a good time while we do this as we shine bright. So that being said, I'd like to ask everyone to go ahead and make yourselves comfortable. Whether you're sitting down or lying down. And as you make yourselves comfortable, I just want you to go ahead and begin to breathe. Begin to breathe yourself into the space that will allow for the greatest harmony and the highest good for all involved. So that with your intention alone, you begin to shift into the state that will serve in the best and highest ways. So that in a moment, as I begin to count upwards from 1 to 10, with every number that I count up from 1 to 10, I simply want you to begin to soften and enlighten your body and being, filling it up with as much light and softness as you can, creating as much space inside yourself as you can, as we begin to count upwards now from 1, 2, 3, slowly, gently, guiding yourself into a space where you can begin to soften and light yourself up in whatever way is best for you. 4, 5, feel your body lightening up with every breath, with every moment, allowing yourself to expand and your heart to become open to whatever inspirations, whatever spirit, higher spirit might want to run through you as we work with these 444 angels. 6, 7, self-realized heaven. As we go ahead now and take a moment to invite in all the highest beings, of light and love who are here to be in service for the highest good. All the highest angels, all the ascended masters, all those who are here to be in service of the highest good for all involved, we invite you in now, including the 444 angels of light and from all four directions. 8, elevating and illuminating the space inside of you, illuminating your container as you allow yourself to become more bright and vivid inside yourselves. 9, aren't you so divine? And 10, allowing yourselves to steady yourself in this vibration of intention and of light so that we could be here for the planet and each other and the universe in the best way possible. As you take a moment now to go ahead and imagine above you, perhaps out in the galaxy, a bright white sun of pure white light. This will be our united point of focus that will harness and gather all of our energy. And so I want you to go ahead and imagine high up above a bright white sun filled with God's light, shining brightly, noticing the size of the sun, the colors of the sun, perhaps noticing the temperature of the sun, any sounds or vibrations it might be making, so that the more imagination you give it, the more you tune into it, the more real it becomes for your experience as we all connect into this light, simply with the intention of allowing our shine to plug into its shine. As we allow the light of this sun to begin to nourish us and ignite us even further, so that we could become even more of the sons that we are, the children of light that we are, allowing yourselves to become illuminated and ignited by this sun, trusting that this sun, in its connection to source energy, is feeding you, is nourishing you with the frequencies required for us to shine and be of service in this way, in this moment. And so just taking a moment to allow this sun to shine so brightly into us that we become light and a sun of shine ourselves. Allowing yourself to shine brightly with no inhibitions. And from this space, taking a moment as you feel that light and as you feel that shine, taking a moment to say a prayer for the universe and for the planet, allowing your hearts to lead the way. We will give you a few moments to do this, perhaps 30 seconds to a minute, to just take a moment to say a prayer for the planet and for the universe as a whole. Dear God, I pray that you allow us to lead the way, to guide us in whatever way you know is best. Use me as a vessel shine my light in whatever way you see fit, in whatever way you know needs to be done. We are here for the planet, and we are here for the highest good of all involved. We are here to shine so brightly so that with our light, it magnetizes and it attracts everyone into their higher frequencies, pulling them up from the darkness that they might be in and leading them to more clarity, more inspiration, more light, more alignment. We know that everyone on the planet can do this. And we are here to lead the way as best we can, simply by being an example of that shine ourselves. Thank you for using me. And thank you for allowing me to be of service in this way. Saying your prayers, and then allowing yourselves to harness and gather the light energy of those prayers, of the prayers you set forth, allowing yourselves to harness and gather the light energy, the colors, the frequencies of the prayers that you set forth, as if you're gathering your magic powers. And as that becomes even more palpable to you, as you gather the light energy of your prayers, I want you to allow yourselves to shine it in whatever way you know is best, directing it towards the highest light, towards the planet, towards wherever you know or it knows it needs to go. You can trust in the intelligence of your prayers to flow and serve wherever it knows it needs to go, as you simply shine these prayers brightly, loudly, and with your fullest expression. As you take a moment now, trusting that our prayers are doing what they need to do, taking a moment now to imagine as if all of us were sitting in a large circle together, surrounding the planet, surrounding Mother Earth, imagining all of our light bodies, all of our souls, our higher selves, surrounding the planet in a circle, holding hands, seeing that pure white light sun right above the planet, shining its light downwards into it. As we take a moment to sing our hearts on the inside, to sing our hearts on the inside towards the planet so that it may hear our song. It may begin to pick up on our frequencies so that the people who least expect it can begin to receive random inspirations, boosts of clarity, health and miracle wellness, aliveness, liberation, and whatever it is that they might need. Taking a time to do this intentionally as you sing your heart's song towards the planet. allowing its light to shine onto the planet in whatever way is best, so that as we do this, you might notice the planet beginning to light up and shine, trusting that with our intentions, with our actions, we are being of service, and that this light is serving purpose. As we ask the angels and all the higher beings to go ahead and shine their light and sing their songs with us. Songs of joy, songs of harmony, songs of truth, songs of light. Thank you for being here with us during this time. We understand that the world, in certain respects, is undergoing lots of turmoil. And we also understand that this serves a higher purpose, and that we are leading the planet towards better and brighter days. And so we hold our focus on that. We hold our focus on the light. We are not here to save anyone, but rather shine our light. And then as a side effect, allowing that to save whoever needs to be saved, to inspire whoever needs to be inspired, and to bring joy and love to whoever needs it. In a moment, we will close up this meditation. However, before we do so, I'd like to ask everyone to go ahead and step back even further from the planet. So moving outwards away from the planet, just until you find that sweet spot. You'll know once you're there. And allow yourself to be surrounded and engulfed in a pillar of white light, allowing it to shine through you from head to toe, surrounding you, so that even if you were to outstretch your arms, you would still be in this pillar of light. And so as you take that step back and find yourself in this light, you can trust that this light is nourishing you, guiding you, uplifting you, healing you, igniting you in whatever ways it knows is best, because we know that you've been doing a lot to be of service, to live through a kind heart. And so allow this light to nourish you. Allow yourself to simply receive as you continue to shine your light brighter. That way you don't get drained. You simply allow yourselves to become more alive and ignited. And as you hold the harmony of this light, in a moment, I'm going to begin to count up once more from 1 to 10. And on the count of 10, and only on the count of 10, your eyes will open, wide awake. However, instead of waking up out of trance, I'd like to ask your spirit to go ahead and guide you through trance, so that you bring with you all the light, all the shine, all the wisdom that's best kept with us in the waking world, so that as we move forward, our light only continues to shine greater. And I'd like to ask that with every number that I count up from 1 to 10, you allow your light, you allow your shine to become so bright that it enlightens even the darkest corners of the universe, seeing and imagining every aspect of the universe and the planet become enlightened and lit up with the best and purest light as I begin to count up now from 1, 2, 3, allowing your light to become so bright that it dispels any darkness and shines your greatest shine. 4, 5, turning the volume up even louder now, giving it your all with your heart, with your souls. 6, 7, bringing in self-realized heaven. 8, 9, allowing yourself to shine even brighter, even louder, allowing this to be your final push. And 10. Eyes open, wide awake, allowing your shine to continue to ignite those around you, trusting that your prayers have already been answered, trusting that your prayers are serving in the highest and best ways possible as you can perhaps feel them, and simply continue to move forward with your light in these ways. We thank you for being here, for shining your light, for bringing your joy, and for serving the planet in this way. Thank you. How's everybody feeling? Whoever wants to speak up and be bold and share something, call yourself forth now. Allow yourself to speak up. We all want to hear you. You could unmute yourself. Whether you want to share your experience, any insights or inspirations that came through, or just something that you feel called to share. I could feel some of you in the field, just waiting for you to speak.
Hi, everyone.
What's up?
I'm Kinga. I actually chatted a message right before we started the meditation to allow if there were children around, because I was telling my kids to leave. And then I got a message come through like, no, let them stay. And even if they're too young to participate, just being witnesses was going to be powerful. And the other message that came through during the meditation was for anybody that felt like they did it wrong, you didn't do it wrong. Just having the intention, you're in the presence of you being there. So even if you opened your eyes and got distracted once in a while, it's okay. It's in you did it right.
Yes.
Just because you showed up, you did it right. You were there, and your message went out and was received.
Yes, 100%. Thank you for sharing that. That's actually really important. You know, in terms of anyone who feel like they messed up or anything like that, like you said, it's your intention that matters. So thank you for sharing that. Anyone else want to share something? We're not going to make this too long.
Yeah, sure.
I'll share.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, hello. This is Ambrosia. I had a similar message come through about the children, and then my 4-year-old is sitting next to me, and he said, "We have to save the world. We have to save the world," after the meditation. So thank you very much.
Ah, that's beautiful. I love it. I love how the kids are showing up. You know, they're just that natural light. Like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, beautiful.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for sharing.
What's up, family of light?
Desi.
What up? What up? You know, the children really hold the frequency of innocence, and to the extent that we also need to remember our own innocence and some of the natural fear that might be coming up in our systems, and where we can also, you know, source that light that we just harness for the world towards those aspects of ourselves that are purging through the shadow frequency right now. One of the things that is coming up with having so much time and room and space to reconnect is the awareness of disconnection, how much disconnection there has been, and to the extent that there's grief and guilt and regret and the heavier feelings, and letting ourselves really pass through those portals of initiation into self-love and return to innocence. And honestly, you know, it allows us to have a larger emotional spectrum as light workers, as starseeds, to do the like larger planetary space holding, but that sometimes it's a blind spot where we also need to hold the aspect of ourselves in that light that's also, you know, been a part of being impacted by things. So I just wanted to add that piece to let yourself have some grace and gratitude and let yourself move through the shadow and back into innocence.
Yes, I love that. I
Bless.
love that. Yeah. Thank you, Desi. Thank you. Oren.
I just wanted to note that it's 222 over here.
Yes, of course. Perfect alignment. Anything else that you want to share, brother?
There's an incredible simplicity available to all of us at this time. When there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty and the mind is being the captain of the ship, we'll find ourselves in a kind of complexity of decisions, overwhelm. Do I make this step, this decision, that decision? But in the surrender and the receiving, there is an incredible simplicity available to us that it's just like, this is the next step. This is the now step. And which will also be very relieving to our nervous system and our bodies, because oftentimes our body or nervous system is getting overwhelmed because it's a manifestation of the smaller part of us, the ego really being overwhelmed with, what do I do, right? So just to stay in the receiving, and to reiterate something that, you know, Thoth said at the O experience, is that, and this is kind of hard to put into words, it's like, there's not much to do, but I think doing in the way that I speak about it is really allowing ourselves to be moved, and for our doing to be more being moved by spirit, by clarity, by enthusiasm, by love, by truth. And there's an effortless to that type of movement, because when we're being moved, then again, we're not in the complexity and the density of the eye with its limited band of perception and knowledge trying to like orchestrate, you know, or captain the ship. So rest in the simplicity, and there's incredible clarity available in every moment.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're willing to be receptive to that and be moved by it or act on it, that's what I have to share.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, man. And just to piggyback off of what you're saying, it really is so important right now during these times to be in that receptive state, to be in that open state, you know, Thoth often gives the image of us just allowing ourselves to be like a plant that's just being watered by life right now, and to allow ourselves to be in the receptive state, and to allow us to get nourished by life force energy and allow it to just flow through us, and we'll know what to do when it's time to do something. You know, there's no need to push or to figure things out. We can just allow ourselves to receive life force energy that's coming through us, and that's going to lead towards inspiration, that's going to lead towards clarity, that's going to lead towards movement and into effortless action, like you were speaking to. And so I believe that's one of the most powerful, important things that we could do during these times, is to hold that receptive state, you know, as Desi once taught me a couple of years ago, is to allow yourself to just receive without feeling like you need to give in order to receive, right? You could literally just let yourself receive. And that's a very powerful state, because then we're also teaching others through that frequency that they too can let themselves just receive. We're being examples of that. And then they're going to receive the same benefits of that life force energy that's going to move us into inspiration and action. So really, really important at this time. Yeah. All right.
I just want to say thank you, David. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank all you guys. Yeah, thank you for being here. This has been incredibly amazing. Is there any? Yeah.
David?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure. I'm like looking around the screen to see who's talking.
it probably means me, right?
Yeah.
It's a really nice meeting you, David. What can I say? The first time I'm doing meditation with you guys, with you especially, with Christiana, we've been doing this for a while. It's a very nice experience. I feel the energy, and I still can see the planet and the circle we made and the light, which is all over the place actually. It's amazing. I'm impressed, and I would love to so that you call me next time too, you know.
Of course. Awesome, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really cool to meet you finally.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your light, man. Looking forward to seeing more of you.
Yeah, of course, sure. I'm here. It's a great pleasure. Thanks a lot. It was amazing.
Thank you. Anyone else? Alexandra, I'm kind of feeling to call you forth. I feel like you might have something to share if you have something to say.
Well, I was gonna tell you after, but thank you for organizing this. I think it was beautiful. Thank you everyone for attending, and I think that we're going through a very interesting time. It's a historic time, and our spirit already knew that we were going to experience this when we incarnated our bodies, and I think that it was prepared for all of this. And if we incarnated in this specific moment in time, it's because we're supposed to bring something to the world, especially in times like these. So I think that my message that I would share with everyone is try to, I'm sure all of you are already doing something, but to contribute, in your community, around you, in your family, and in those around you, to try to find a way that you can bring more of your light to the world, because the world needs it right now. So that's that. But thank you so much. I'm so happy I was able to come tonight, well, this evening, this afternoon, whatever. And I'm looking forward to the next ones.
Yes, amazing, cool, thank you. Anyone else before we start to close this up? Allow yourselves to speak up.
I just want to mention one little thing. This morning I picked up from the deck of the goddess Isis, the Pillar of Light. And when you talked about the pillar, I was like, oh, I had never heard about it that way. That was so good. Such a good practice to incorporate. So thank you everybody, by the way, for the connection. It was amazing. And I'm like, my heart is so open right now. Thank you, David, for this.
Of course, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
A bientôt.
Yeah. So as we move forward, one of the messages I was receiving, like once we get off this call, what would be a good idea, if you want, as you have a moment and space to yourself, is to simply thank your prayers for being of service. To tune into that energy, that 444 energy, if you want to call it that, and to thank your prayers for being of service, that will have some sort of spark, that will have some sort of effect in the alchemy of all this. And if you want to go ahead and if you want to share if you go on YouTube, all this has been streaming live on YouTube as well. I'll put the link somewhere, or just type David Lyon on YouTube, it'll be there. And if you want to share this with people, that way other people can benefit, that would be amazing, because this could be done at any time, doesn't have to necessarily be done live. And yeah, that's what I had to share. So thank you guys for being a part of this. I appreciate everyone for showing up. This has been exciting and fun, and I love you guys.
We love you too. See you next time, wherever that is. And actually, I don't know how to say the time, but at 6:15 a.m. in the time zone of Romania, we have another meditation with Unify that's global and is live streamed, and you can join us again. And it's constantly like the snowball like this. It's constantly rolling.
And if you could tell us, where is there like a simple website you can give us for people who want to tune into that? Because I know Nassim Haramein is going to be there, for those of you who are fans of Nassim as well.
Yeah. I'm also participating at their Facebook page that's streaming live constantly since a few hours ago. Is called Unify, If you could spell it, David, you spell better than me. How do you spell it?
UNIFY, I hope. Yeah, no, is it, and unify.com, is that it?
It's actually a Facebook page called Unify. That's
Okay.
streaming live.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys go on, type in Unify on Facebook, there's more global meditation going on for those of you who want to partake in that. All right, so any final words before we close this up?
And the meditation that we had earlier also with David is on my page, which is called Cristiana El Trayan. And you can see us streaming there as well.
Yes, perfect. If you guys just type in her name over there, as you could see in the corner, you'll be able to find her on all the social media platforms. And I'll send the links and everything like that. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you taking this time. You guys are amazing. This was amazing. And let's just continue to move forward and shine forth with our light and keep this energy moving and going. You know, it doesn't stop here. We still got a lot more shining and playing to do. So let's keep it up, guys. All right. Peace, y'all.
Yay.
Peace, bro. Love you, man.
Love you. Peace.